to Be Great, in my mind, was like a last minute substitution, to use a sports reference, into the album. Like, I think I'd already written Panorama. I kind of felt like we had the track list already. Mm-hmm. And then when I was looking back at my voice notes, like I wrote this quite late. I think I had the initial idea at the very end of November 2019. So we'd already kind of been working on the album.
Yeah.
But I thought that there was something there. So I had this idea. I was out for a walk, and I sometimes just get like a weird little like poetic line in my head. I don't even know what I was thinking about. I honestly remember walking by the Federal store near my house and being like, too good to be great, or something just like came into my head. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then it started all coming together. So I went home, started writing it. And then I put together, like the song came out really fast and I wrote it on the guitar, as I sometimes do. Like I feel like that's kind of my primary method of writing if I'm alone. And this definitely felt like a guitar-y song.
So much slower.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought too. When I was listening back, we sped it up a little bit.
You know what?
And there's so much missing from this.
Those verse, we use that recording.
Yeah.
We used your demo backing vocals.
Oh, we didn't even change them, hey?
No, because I remember you sent them to me with the reverb baked in, and I was like, well, I guess that's how it is.
I guess that's how it is.
I guess
she
they
loves
have reverb on them.
Reverb on everything in GarageBand.
That's the way to do it, man.
How do you sort of like retain the spirit of that song, but also see what you need to change or extract or build on? Because I think I always have a lot of ideas, but I couldn't tell you like the identity of this song until it was done. And often I'm like, it needs something, but I have no idea what. But you guys, you know what.
Well, it showed a lot of potential right away, and the title sounds like a single to me.
Yeah.
I was like, what if you just went back and forth between these two chords?
Yeah,
and then
simplify.
you were like, yeah, that's what it needs. And then it just seemed like it should, like before you even, like we even started recording it, it just seemed like the theme song to like a rom-com I'd like. And I love that. Seriously.
Yeah.
I love rom-coms, and it's like the music's always feels so good, you know?
But I think that this song, when I first heard it, I don't know, I feel like I just listened to your words right away. Like that's sort of like the thing. And I think when Kevvy mentions the theme song to an amazing television show, that is, I've actually thought of it like that, but that's exactly what the chorus has become, because it's elegant and it's like sort of happy, but it's like not corny. It's sort of like self-aware. So that was a kind of an amazing thing, because when you can tell the song is good despite the way it's delivered, that's when you know that you've got something, right?
Yeah. And
I find that title
I didn't want it to be like an aggressive guitar song, but there was like, I think I was trying to communicate some of the rhythm that I wanted through the guitar.
Yeah.
But that wasn't ultimately like what needed to be the focal point.
That's what's wild though, is there was like a sweetness that I felt like we all knew could be there, but it's not in that demo at all. That demo is very somber.
The demo was somber, and it starts on the minor. Here's version 1. So this was whatever we had after we like had a session together. A lot of like, it's like a little castanet.
Yeah.
Some like paella. But you really came in and made the bridge. And I'm curious how you like came up with this idea. I wonder if it's in this version. You really, I don't know where this came from. Let's see.
I mean, that bridge, I just listened and then it came to me. But I think more or less your voice can do so much.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, this song, we've covered a certain range already with your vocal, but what if we really stretched it and kind of like teased
stretched.
It stretched.
Oh, it's stretched.
And I loved pushing your voice, like too good, like getting it higher and
Those
higher.
are some tough takes. That's like right. That's right on the break. It's also
You're nailing it though.
Yeah,
but it's also I think the word itself. If it was an O sound, it might be easier. But because it's like God, it's like God. Like it's hard to. I mean, I'm not warmed up at all, but it's hard to do it without it sounding shrill.
Yeah. With that bridge in particular and your voice, it sort of felt like, let's make this like weird, I don't know, like the weirdest melody we can make while at the same time, sorry, I went way over I went over there, but while still making something that's like catchy and like melodic, but like also like just kind of like, you know, taking it to that weird zone, taking it to the like Kate Bush zone, you know?
Yeah.
Michaela's bridges are always like key changes or so experimental.
Yeah.
Well, that one was, I feel like I remember you doing your kind of singing thing where you're like probably on the guitar or something. You're like, and I was just like, just let me know when I can write lyrics
Yeah.
for it. I don't know what is happening. Like
Yeah.
I do have a ceiling on the notes that I can hit, but she
Yeah.
seemed like really hell bent on going to that
Yeah.
ceiling. This song was unique in that it felt kind of like a struggle, literally until like once the final mix came through, I was like, oh, this is a single.
Yeah.
But before that, I was like, what the hell is this?
I always wanted it to be a single.
I was like, what is this song? Like we're spending, oh my God. And
Well, I just got to say, like, I'm going to interject and just like go back for a second because like, I think Kevvy has one of the things that he's really talented at is taking program drums and making them sound real. Like,
thank you.
I think that sort of like drum circle sample thing, like it sounds real. And I think,
thank you.
Yeah, I think that's really, I think helps elevate the song and made it come alive.
Yeah, and he also, like for all of our back and forth notes here, actually, maybe I'll do this.
Do you have like copy pastes of our emails and stuff in there too?
Oh, I can show those. There's so many notes when we were mixing. Actually,
You should
okay,
be a lawyer.
I'll go in
You should
order.
be a lawyer.
I'll go in order, but okay, so let's listen to verse 2. I'm gonna get to like spotlighting Kevvy's wizardry because also I would just like send voice notes of myself beatboxing, which is so outrageous. Okay, so this was where the song was at when we sent it initially to get mixed. And also I should say during the process of doing this album, like I had no idea how just the arc of making a song went. Mm-hmm. So now I know, but like I had a lot more notes for this song than I realized, but it was already in mixing. So it was like,
right.
Then it ended up being so labor intensive. I was like texting you all the time. Then you were coming up with all these different ideas. And then the mixer, Ryan Worsley, was just sort of like, what? And he was piecing in all these things. It was still like, I was still in production mode, but we'd been done production for months. So that's just like a learning on my part is like, I just didn't know how these things went.
Yep.
But thank God you guys were generous. You could have been like, sorry. Okay, so this is what we had before we went into mixing, even though there was still a lot left to change. Little did you know.
It's all gone now.
Right? That's like, that is not how the song sounds at
So
all.
crazy.
But we're about to get it mixed.
Everything that I ever wanted, and nothing.
What's funny about this song is there was a bunch of obvious things we could have done that we were just fighting. You were right though, because I remember a note was we should reinforce the chords in the verse with keys. I actually think Louise suggested that, like right when we were mixing.
Yeah.
And thank God, like it really does start the song off properly.
So different.
Now.
I know.
Yeah.
So, okay. So to set the stage, it's just funny because this was also during COVID and I was house sitting at a friend's place who thank goodness, because I don't have a piano at home, but her parents have a piano. So I would be like running around the house and I'd be like I'd be like FaceTiming on the piano. I had like my guitar. I was like, what about this? What about this? And then I'd be beatboxing. So there's so many changes. Okay, here's a voice note.
Beatboxed a guitar part that I played, I think.
Probably.
Was that this song?
Probably. Okay, so here, this voice note that I had sent to you is called M Beatbox. And this was one of the ideas that I think we ended up doing. And then I'll show how you turned it into part of the song.
Dun, 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 dun.
So cool sounding though.
Yeah, it is cool sounding.
So then you came back with a couple ideas. I think this is it. Hold on. And you just had this like really nice.
And then that tick, we put in the chorus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was all like during mixing, I think.
Yeah.
If we'd done that together, it probably would have taken 3 minutes, but
Yeah.
it took like an hour because it was like,
That's right.
here are the notes.
Yeah.
Here's a piano option. Let's try and put it in and send it to you. Oh, maybe not. Oh, let's try it on the guitar. So it was quite labor intensive. Going back through the emails, like there were, 6 different versions with new things added in one day.
Oh yeah.
Like in that crazy wild day where I was just running around like beatboxing and doing piano things and you were just at your phone or computer.
I remember because I am obsessed with people not waiting for me.
Yeah.
So that day was just dedicated to your beatboxing. I'm like, okay, what's your favorite part of the song, Michaela?
This is my guitar solo.
Oh yeah.
This took half an hour.
It's so good.
It's cute.
It is so cute.
It's cute.
I remember my idea. We were in the studio. I was like, guys, what about this?
Yeah, so good. Sad, pretty, all the things that are good.
My My favorite part is the vocal breakdown in verse 2 that we were talking about earlier.
This part.
I'd rather chase you across the city till I'm falling over dizzy and you go and take advantage of me. Oh, you don't get me out.
Which also there, without the little drum, the stick fill, you
Yeah.
miss it, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, I do. I shouldn't put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
I love that you aren't lazy with your verse melodies. Like, it's a totally different part.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
a hook in its own. It only happens once, and it's in verse 2. You're
Yeah.
a badass.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool power move.
Yeah,
Thank
power
you.
move.
Get those shoulder pads out. Strut down the office.
Go to
Hand
your
out
mom's
documents.
closet. Anything you want,
Yeah, because
put
there's
it
no
on.
pre-chorus there, is there?
No, I love that.
Yeah. We've
Yeah.
done that a lot.
Yeah.
Sort of playing with like,
Playing with
here
arrangements.
today, gone tomorrow.
Oh, it might be at the end of the bridge. Who knows?
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Maybe the chorus is the only part of the song.
Maybe the pre-chorus because
Maybe
it's
the
a one-line song.
It just has a chorus.
Get
over
over
and
it.
Again. It's fine. One of the things I like about this song is that it is like a classic, timeless pop song.
Yeah.
And I can hear it in any context. And I think going back to that bridge, I think the reason that bridge came to me is because I was in that headspace. Because
Yeah.
that bridge reminds me of like 60s psychedelic pop music, you know?
Totally.
Like kind of like happy and like kind of like weird.
Yeah.
And this, and I get all kinds, it ties into the retro idea of the music video. So I think there's just like a timeless quality to it.
Ooh,
and that's
love
really,
that.
that's what I look for in pop music, really.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
how will this age, you know?
Totally.
Will it age well? And I think it will because the
Yeah.
song is solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once I heard the final version, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
When did the
I
song
know.
get so good?
It became one of my favorites.
Me too.
After like the 10th version of the
Me
mix.
too. Me too.
Yeah, yeah.
It snuck
totally.
on. It snuck up on me.
Yeah,
this
it was
was.
a
I was
sleeper.
sleeping on
It's
this
a sleeper
track.
hit, sleeper
It's
hit.
sleeper,
Yeah.
sleeper
Yeah.
hit. Okay, well, thanks, guys. Thank you for being a part of that track that was literally felt unfinished and chaotic until the final moment. But yeah, as we said, it's a bit of a sleeper banger. So thank you for sticking with it and enduring my beatbox voice notes.
Sounds great.
Yeah, keep those.
Going to?
We'll sample that in the next record.
Okay. I'm into it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You don't get